Okay, so going from Monday Night Football to Sunday Night Football, it's going to be the Giants and the Bills. I don't know if any of you guys watched it as well. The Bills could have lost this game. The last play of the game was at the 1 yard line with 0 seconds left because there was a penalty, pass interference in the end zone. I didn't like the play call, but the Bills have looked sloppy the past 2 weeks. They could have lost this game to the Giants, and they could have lost the game, or they did lose the games to the Jags in London. Obviously, different circumstances. But should we be worried about the Bills? I mean, I know they're going through injuries and all that, but Josh Allen has looked not great. And this is a team that we expect to be in the Super Bowl running. Should we be worried?
I think you always want to be.
Oh,
go for it. You go for it.
I think the Bills always go through like rough patches during the season. Like for some reason they're always dominant most of their games, but then they'll just randomly just play like crap to just random teams, and I think they kind of do that every season.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll bounce back and they'll be dominant again. I don't know why, but I just feel like they just have off games for, like all the time. So I feel like they'll be all right.
And
playoffs are a different story, though. I feel they might choke in the playoffs like they usually do, but
I think there's a trend going on where what I'm noticing is that a lot of good teams are playing down to the competition. You know,
right.
We saw that with the 49ers. We saw that with the Philadelphia Eagles. We saw that with the Buffalo Bills. We saw that where the teams coming in with backup quarterbacks are beating elite football teams. And I think it just has a lot to do with not really playing to the level that we all know that these teams can play at. You know, the Philadelphia Eagles, yes, they suffered some injuries, which allowed the Jets to get a lot of pressure. But you know what? Your team, you're supposed to be these things.
I was gonna say we can get into we're gonna get into the Eagles and the Niners. Well, I'm sure we're gonna have a lengthy conversation. I think that there's not too much to be said about this game other than I think I absolutely agree. I think the Giants are not the Giants. I think the Bills did absolutely play down to the competition, and I think the Giants with Saquon Barkley look more like a competent team. I think what it proved to me is that Saquon really carries that team. Without Saquon, team's play bad.
We've known that, but I think I agree with both points. It seems like these good teams are playing down to the competition. It's almost point. The Bills kind of go through this wave of playing like crap, but to the point of that you made with them playing with injuries, it's a non-divisional game. It's an NFC team. I don't see why an elite team – I wouldn't have a problem with an elite team like that playing a little bit more conservative, trying to keep their guys healthy whenever they start moving into those divisional games and start playing against more NFC teams or AFC teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's something that, those teams consider, but just kind of on the outside looking in, the Giants don't affect the Bills' ability to get into the playoffs any way at all. So,
if they would have beat them,
come out,
it would have been.
Well, yeah. I mean,
that's one less win.
But being a little bit more conservative, not necessarily playing up to your total talent, it kind of keeps your guys safe in a sense, if that makes sense.
I get you, but I'm just saying, like, back-to-back games. They play the Patriots next week or this week. I guess I don't expect them to play the same. I expect them to play better. But if they don't, we might just start getting worried about it.
Yes, the Patriots are a divisional game, so that will kind of I can't say it'll necessarily debunk that because it's a bad Patriots team as well, with them being 1-5. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But I agree. I think we have to be worried if they don't play very well against a bad New England team. But at the same time, Belichick always seems to have Buffalo's number when it comes to defense. So I don't really know what to expect here.
Bill's got nobody's number right now. That it seems like.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's kind of one of those things that we'll just have to watch and as it develops.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think did you see? This is minor, but did you guys see that the Giants coach Brian Dable? He said that there's no quarterback competition. When Daniel Jones is healthy, he's starting no matter what. You think that's the right call?
For the Giants?
I was gonna say, do you think the Giants are better off without Daniel Jones?
I don't know. I don't think Daniel Jones is a great quarterback.
I don't think Tyrod Taylor played that much worse. Than
Tyrod Taylor got hoed. He had a couple passes where he would throw a dime and it'd be a flag, or he'd like run for 15 yards and it'd be a flag.
Mm-hmm.
He got hoed.
Was it on him?
He threw like a 40-yard dime to Jalen Hyatt, and it got called back.
I don't see Daniel Jones playing much better than that most times. So yeah.
Well, with Saquon back, their goal is just going to be running the football and play action off of it.
Yeah, like Derrick Henry in Tennessee, it's going to be live and die by Saquon.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. And that defense played good. I think the defense looked good against the Bills. Obviously, we just said the Bills 7 looked great, but the defense played, okay.